What movie killed a franchise? What episode killed a show? And most importantly, was it well deserved? Coffin Flop got Corncob TV removed from Spectrum, and it was bullshit because they didn't rig shit. That 70s show wasn't the same after Eric left Roseanne after they won the lottery. The whole point of the show was the struggles of a lower middle-class family. Many Simpsons fans still consider the principal and the pauper to be the jumping the shark moment. It was a bad episode, but it was not the absolute worst. That would be Lisa Goes Gaga. A slightly different take on your question. But the Ant Bully, 2006, bankrupted the animation studio that worked on Jimmy Neutron, ending the show early. The Mummy Tom Cruise edition. I thought Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was horrible. It did not ruin the franchise for me. But it certainly is left out whenever I talk about or watch Indiana Jones. The episode where Fonzie jumped the shark on water skis killed Happy Days to the point that jumping the shark now means the moment when something good became bad. When Mary was revealed as a secret agent super assassin in S3 of Sherlock, then I lost hope. Ice Age was the movie we all had to watch in primary school. But why did they make like 7? It was dead by number 3. Negan's game of baseball bat with Glenn in The Walking Dead. Their views dropped astronomically. Whether it was deserved or not is debatable. Stephen Yeun wanted to leave the show for personal reasons. And therefore it wasn't necessarily the show's fault. And despite how awful and traumatizing people say it was to watch, it became a huge, well-known part of The Walking Dead. It was iconic. In other words, I'm going to go a slightly different route with this. Austin Powers killed the traditional James Bond films. They were such a perfect lampooning of them that they completely rebooted with Daniel Craig's portrayal. The Terminator Dark Fate. The Terminator Genesis actually killed it. But Dark Fate double-tapped that shit in the head. Continuing the Fast and Furious movies after Paul Walker died. The movies should have ended with him. Pacific Rim Uprising. The franchise was butchered so quickly. It's unreal. The movie just decided to throw all the world-building Guillermo del Toro made in the first movie. And quadruple down in failed toy lines. Game of Thrones Season 8. Made what was going to be the best television series in the history of television to the worst letdown in TV history. Wasn't deserved, but the director and producer being pretty much blacklisted from Hollywood is quite deserved. Shameless. I know people give Debbie a lot of crap for what she did. But holy hell, the show was ruined for me when Fiona's character went into a nosedive. Instantly went from one of the best characters to please get her off the screen. Ruined the show for me sadly. The flubbed ending of Season 2. Due to the writers' strike. Messed up heroes. 3+4 were okay. But got too convoluted IMO. But Season 1 was god tier. The movie version of Eragon. The book series was amazing and very successful. They didn't even bother trying to make another movie after the shipwreck that was the first one. The last episode of Darling in the Franxx. Jaws 3D. Jaws 2 if I'm honest, but it's still watchable. Alien 3. Rings killed the ring. It seems the series may as well have watched Samara's cursed video. Batman and Robin. Well, only for 8 years. Until Batman Begins was released. Yep. Batman and Robin was awful. And that's coming from someone who enjoyed the cheese fest that was Batman Forever. Eragon. If you know, you know. The last Jurassic World movie. Absolutely trash. every episode after the first half of Season 1 of Revolution. The Office was never the same after Michael left. Also, Umbrella Academy Season 3 was a flop for me. The first season was good. Second season was their peak IMO. I'm glad they're ending it with Season 4. Not all that excited to see it, but will watch it just to complete the series TBH. I'm fairly confident that Matrix Resurrections killed the Matrix franchise and WB's attempt to make a new trilogy. Finally, of Him was bad. Looks at the Crystal Skulls. The timeless child from Doctor Who. The show had been going down the tubes for some time. But this piece of canon-destroying bullshit was the breaking point. As a result, I refuse to consider anything set after the Husbands of River Song canon. Moonlighting, after the main characters slept together. Godfather 3. That one where instead of casting an established actress in a lead role, the director cast his own daughter. She was dreadful, but I'm happy to see that she became a fantastic director in her own right. She has much more talent behind the camera than in front of it. Any Bring It On after the first one. Or pretty much any movie, franchise, where they ride on the coattails of the original with all new bad __ actors __ characters.